Heather. Thank you for coming back in. I know we talked last week how we were going to meet again this week, and we're going to try to meet every week.
Mhm.
So thank you for coming back in.
Mhm.
I gave you an assignment to do. We talked about you're going to write some things down to help you in your friendship with Stephanie. I know that's hard, so that's why we're going to take our time. And I thought that might be a good place for us to start. So how's that going?
Well, I haven't really talked to her since I was here the last time. I've kind of been avoiding her calls and stuff, so I know that I'm avoiding, doing what I need to do, but it's just hard. I mean, we've been friends for so long. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to approach it. Like, I feel like I'm not being a good friend to him, her. What if she needs me and she needs me to help her get out of whatever she's in?
I understand that. And when you have a friend like that, because I understand that, I've been through that too. When you have a friend that you've been friends with for so long, you've grown up with, but at times friends take a wrong turn and they do things and you don't want to get caught up in that because that can lead you to the wrong things. You said exams are coming up, you're taking your exams and you're approaching your senior year, next year will be your senior year. So you're gonna be applying for colleges. Junior year is hard and the toughest year, but also it's getting you ready for senior year. They're gonna start looking at your grades and, I know you said you wanted to go to college, and if you do these negative things with Stephanie, that can prevent that. And I know, because it happened to me, I had a friend that was doing, she was stealing in the mall, and I love the mall, I love to shop, so that was the thing we did. We would go to the mall, and she was stealing things, and I saw her. So I immediately left. I left her where she was, and I went, because back then we had pay phones, we didn't have cell phones like you all. And I called my parents, I said, please come get me, because I knew that was the wrong thing. It was hard, it is gonna take some time, but you have to look at the long run and say, do I wanna stop what I've worked for all this time? And you've worked hard, it's not fair to you.
Yeah, but if something happened to her, like if she died or something really serious happened, I would never be able to live with myself.
I understand that. So what I hear you saying is, if something happens to her, you would feel bad if you still weren't her friend.
Mm-hmm.
And that's having remorse and empathy. You can still have that and not be her day-to-day friend and not see her and be her best friend. Understand that. If something happens to her, it's okay to have those feelings for her. And you can perhaps, if something did happen, we don't want that to happen. If something did happen, you can still reach out to the family. If she's sick, if something happened and she got good, I know you said she was doing some drug things. Mm-hmm. If she went to rehab, it's okay to send her a letter. It's okay to send her encouragement card. But you're not engaging in the negative things that she's engaging in. How do you feel about that?
I still feel like I'm abandoning her, but how do I even go about, addressing this with her? Like, how do I say I don't want to be your friend anymore because you're, a druggy hoe bag?
Well, some of the things you can say, and I'm laughing because that does sound funny to say that to her. But some of the things you can say, well, let me start back. Some of the things you can do are, you can surround yourself with other friends. Remember, one of the things we talked about is, do you have other friends?
Yeah.
Let's start there.
Yeah. So I have Danielle and I have Amanda, and we like to go to the beach and we go shopping. We actually study together and stuff, so they're very good for me and my future.
Okay.
But they weren't there when I was growing up. They don't know what my family life was like. They don't know all of my biggest, secrets and, the stuff that kind of makes me me. So they're not really that great friends.
Do you feel like you can't get to know them? You don't want to get to know Danielle? And what was the other young lady's name? Amanda, do you feel like you don't want to get to know them? You don't want to, and it's going to take a while. You don't automatically be like, okay, we hang out, and I'm going to trust them with everything. I don't expect you, I don't think anybody expects that. But do you know, wanna, and who's to say after high school, you're gonna move on, you might not even see them. Maybe if you go out of town for school, or even if you stay in state, you might see them here and there, but a lot of times after high school, we don't see people like that, we don't carry on those friendships. We might see them on Facebook and we talk, cause I talk to some people from high school on Facebook, but I don't do the day-to-day with them. And when you go to college, you're gonna meet, those are sometimes where you meet your lifelong friends, because you're going into a different phase of your life, and you meet your professional friends, and those are people that sometimes share the same profession that you're going in. So you meet those people, and that's, you know, if you're gonna get married, you come sometimes meet those people that you're gonna marry, and you guys all share that together. And those are your college friends that are in your wedding, and you have children together. So that's a different phase of your life. And I'm not saying that Danielle and the other girl and Stephanie didn't mean anything to you, but sometimes you meet people for a reason and a season, and that changes. So you're gonna meet other people. You're definitely gonna do that. But that don't mean you're gonna forget the other people in your life. But things change, and that's okay. So don't feel bad about that. So it's okay to hang out with Danielle and the other young, and Amanda. It's okay. But you're gonna meet other people. Even if you don't go to college, and when you start your career and you get a new job, you're gonna have work friends. You're gonna have people, acquaintances that you're gonna like. And you might meet that person like, hey, we have something in common that we share. We have a certain hobby. And you get to know them, they get to know you, they get to know your family. And that's okay. And as that happens, your relationship with Stephanie is gonna go a little past. How do you feel about that?
It's just, I mean, I guess it's hopeful. It just seems like it's really far away.
Okay. What other things did you write down that maybe you can try with Stephanie?
I didn't know. I spent a couple nights just trying to think of, I don't know. I don't know how to say to her that, 15 years of friendship.
Okay, well,
It's
how
over.
about we try this? How about, I'm gonna make just maybe a couple things and then we'll follow up next week. How about, it's okay to do things with, Amanda and Danielle, let's continue to do that, if you want to, if you're up to it, no pressure there. And if Stephanie calls you and asks you to do, what's an example of one negative thing she might ask you to do?
Go to a party.
Okay, where there's
Drinking.
Okay,
Probably boys.
okay, and if, so in order to start the process of kind of moving away from her, I can't do that, I'm doing something with my family, or I have something else going on that day. Not hurting her feelings, not making an argument with her, you know what, I just can't do that right now, or I'm tired. Do you have a job?
No.
Okay, well, you know what, I have something to do, something for school I need to do, or I'm visiting my grandparents, different things like that. I'm not lying, but saying, I just don't want to do that right now. Or you can, if you're able, if you feel courageous, I just don't want to do that right now, maybe another time. I just don't think that's the right thing for me to be doing right now, Stephanie. I'm getting ready for school, for college. I need to do some more positive things. They're gonna be looking at our community service things we're doing. I gotta put down my applications. I gotta build that up a little bit.
Okay.
And maybe start keeping a journal of the things she asks you, and maybe start thinking about some things that you wanna do. And then start doing a little bit more at a time, things with your other friends. And that'll make it be a little bit more easier. But keep a journal, and if you want to, bring it with you next week when you come, and we can start sharing it and seeing of your feelings, seeing how you're feeling every day. And we can start looking at that. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in, Heather, and we'll talk next week.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.